I do not accept a coffee or a walk as a possible date option, and neither should you. First of all, I'm not a dog that needs to be walked. Second, I have an espresso machine at home, works fabulous. We're not doing drinks either. You're gonna try to get me drunk and take me back home. No. We are doing dinner. You're gonna pick me up. We're gonna come to the restaurant. We're gonna see your table manners. We're gonna see what you order. We're gonna see, do you hold your chopsticks correctly? We're just gonna, study you a bit. Okay? So dinner it is.
I don't like 50-50. I don't do coffee dates. I don't care how much money I ever make. I still want my man to pay for everything. He should pick me up. He should drop me off. He should buy me Ubers. In exchange, he gets to not embarrass me and breathe my air. I think it's pretty fair. I think we're even Stevens. Otherwise, I don't need a man just to have a man. This is for me. For the guys who are mad, though, cry about it.
No one's going to cry about it. You're well within your rights to have those standards, however delusional they might be. But at the same time, guys will also be within their rights when they choose to not date you after listening to those standards.
If you and I are talking, we got about 3 to 4 months before we need to be on a vacation or take some sort of trip together. I need to see how you and I are when it's just you and I in a different country, in a different city, different state, somewhere. If I like you and you like me and we at that 3 to 4 month mark and there's still no flight itinerary, no flights confirmed, nothing.
Are all these ladies just dating trust fund babies or something? Like, where are y'all getting all these well-off guys that are just able to fly you out on a whim? After only months of knowing you, no less. This is another reason why past matters. Because it's not easy for women to go from dating high rollers and living that high life to dating guys like package handler Timothy here.
Say that these men are talking about dates, it's like, oh my God, it's like a big decision for us. It's a big risk for us. Well, vet the women properly then.
Yeah.
And don't just be unintentionally throwing out
the
dates.
risk is on us when we have to say,
Yeah.
we'll give you a live
risk.
location.
Is she serious?
Do you think dating in terms of like first dates have changed drastically over the years? Do you think it's become like way more cash?
Oh, 100%, girl. Cost of living crisis.
Right.
These men are feeling the pinch. And it's fine. We get it, Cost of living crisis. It's hard out here. But then that doesn't mean start being all like... Because here's what I don't like about guys who do this, right? If you're going to ask me out on a coffee, it's because you already have this intention that I'm going to take from you or I'm just like all the other girls. And I don't like that.
Well, I'm sorry that you feel that way, ma'am. But at the end of the day, your feelings don't change the situation. The reality is only about 25 to 30% of first dates lead to second dates, and in some studies, it's even lower. So, as a man, you have about a 70 to 75% fail rate. And you're responsible for 100% of the bill, or else it's an ick, which lowers your chances. And when these girls are just sitting there eating their fill week after week, just to block you afterwards, that starts to add up.
Because you're coming into it with me with bad intentions. I would like to think that you vetted me a little bit. I would like to think that you caught a vibe with me a little bit. I would have liked to think that you're using your critical thinking skills a little bit before you step on this date with me.
Again, that's the whole point of the first date. That's where the vetting would take place. You can't just expect men to read your mind.
I'm 31 years old. I live by myself. I pay all my own bills. I pay for my rent, my insurance, my car, my this, my that, my student loans. And I cook and clean. And I work out. And I take care of myself. And I look good. And I show up for my family. And I show up for my friends. What makes you think that I'm impressed by, come over and chill, we'll figure it out? Next.
Congratulations. You're an adult.
You know what I find so interesting is if somebody were to ask me on a date, right? I personally prefer to walk and talk. Like if we go to a park, we walk and get coffee, we do that whole shebang because you gotta feel the vibes first. And I think that walking and talking is so much better than sitting across the table from each other just because, like, I don't know, I feel like that's kind of, like, uncomfortable in a way unless you're getting, like, a cocktail. Because I had, like, a really bad date a few months ago. You'll know pretty quickly about the vibes, and having a whole, like, dinner, you're kind of stuck. So I personally like a coffee date or a walking date. Walk and grab some food or whatever, but a lot of people don't count that as a date.
Yeah, you see? She has the right idea. There's nothing worse than being sat at a restaurant with a person you genuinely just don't vibe with. A walking date is a great way to avoid the awkwardness. You're out in public. You're in nature. Your heart rate is climbing, you start feeling relaxed. And if the other person isn't your cup of tea, you could just leave without it being a big deal. Just simply walk your separate ways. With all that being said, we got a woman here who completely disagrees with that idea. Let's check it out.
Stop asking women to go on walks as a first date. That is not a first date. I literally take my dog out on 4 walks a day. That is just part of my regular routine. I am never going to want to go on a walk as a first date trying to meet someone. I like doing my hair, my makeup, putting on a cute outfit, and like going outside on a walk in this 80% humidity. I do not want to do that. So stop asking women to do that. God forbid I want to feel good about myself. Like if I'm meeting someone, especially for the first time, I want to make a good impression and feel like I'm putting my best foot forward. And I'm sorry, I'm not about to be huffing, puffing, sweaty, feeling disgusting when I'm trying to get to know someone. Did you know that in Charlotte, you could ask a woman on a date, like on a Wednesday, to go to the Mint Museum and it'd be free? You don't have to pay any money at all. Or I don't know, like maybe asking a woman to go to a rooftop and spending money on some drinks to get to know them. I'm sorry, I don't want to be walking up and down trying to have a conversation when I already literally do that multiple times a day with my animal. It's so funny too because like men think you're just like a gold digger because you want to like go on a date the first time meeting. But when you want to go on a walk or like sit on a bench or something like that in a park, like you come off cheap to us. Like I take myself out on dates. Me and my friends go on better dates than what men are asking me to go on. Like why would I agree and accept to somebody asking me go for a walk when I can literally take myself out to dinner? And like I understand like maybe you won't see them again a second time. That's why that there's other things to do that are relatively cheap that you're not breaking the bank and spending $100 on. Like I don't expect that at all. But like asking to just go on a walk, it's not cutting it, and it gives me the ick, and it pisses me off every time. It irritates me every time that I have to explain myself and justify why I don't want to do that. Point blank period, I just don't want to do it. And that's that. Like either we're going to do something that we both agree on and like to do, or we're just not going to meet up.
Sometimes you just have to tune them out. Just find a girl that gets on your program, and that's that. If she likes you enough, she'll go on that walk with you. She'll get ice cream. Whatever. The time she's spending with you is all that matters.
I'm never doing dinner on a first date. And if any woman thinks that she deserves dinner on a first date, y'all can keep her because you're bugging. Because at the end of the day, you're not trying to really get to know me. It feels like you're just trying to get a free meal. Now, and if we do maybe go grab a bite to eat, it's going to be something very small. I'm not paying for any major dinner. And yes, I do think if a man asks a woman out, especially on a first date, the man should pay. But whatever we decide to do on the first date, it will not be some expensive dinner. It won't be anything expensive at all. It might, let's go get a drink. And, people say a coffee, or like, let's go take a walk somewhere, sit down and chill. Maybe, again, we can go grab a drink, catch a vibe and talk. But first dates are an interview. That's all they are. We're trying to see, do we vibe? Do we really get along? When I see you in person, am I still attracted to you like I thought I was online? Let's feel each other out. Let's get to know one another so maybe we can have a second date and see if we want to continue this. Because at the end of the day, we might have a dinner and, like if I do pay for dinner, let's say we go out to dinner. I pay for an expensive meal. You got a free dinner out of me. I got a meal. I fed myself, whatever. And we didn't even really vibe. Now I don't even want to see you again. You don't want to see me again. And we end things. But now I just came out of pocket for what? It was a waste of time. When we could have did something very simple and casual, see how we feel, and either move forward or let it go. You feel me?
Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments section. And please take this moment to like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. Until next time, take care.